Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is the third lesson in our English Inquiry unit into language and literature. In this lesson, we're going to analyze, plan, and then write an essay. What's an essay? Well, you'll remember that in this unit we've done lists, diaries, paragraphs, and now we're going to do essays. An essay is kind of a collection of paragraphs that work together. So the first thing we need to do is analyze our sample essay. First, let's check the rubric. There are 4 points. First, we have to read and understand our essay. Then, we have to study our reading carefully. After that, we'll have to find all of the important parts of the essay. Finally, we'll need to share our ideas with others. For this analysis, we will analyze and listen to a short lecture. Let's start our analysis. Now I'm ready to analyze the sample essay. My first step is to read and understand the essay. So let's start. Dogs. Dogs are good pets. First, they are friendly. Next, they can help people in many ways. Last, there are many kinds of dogs. Now, I will write about friendly dogs. Dogs are friendly. First, my dog likes people. Next, there are many friendly dogs at the park. Last, dogs like other dogs and animals too. Next, I will write about dogs helping people. Dogs help people in many ways. First, dogs help blind people. I don't know the word blind. Next, dogs protect children. Last, dogs help people stay healthy. Last, I will write about kinds of dogs. There are many kinds of dogs. First, some dogs are small, such as Chihuahuas. Next, some dogs are big, such as Saint Bernards. Last, there are Japanese dogs, such as Ainu-ken. There are many kinds of dogs. I wrote about dogs. Dogs are very friendly. They help people. There are many kinds of dogs. So, dogs are good pets. Now, I've finished reading, and I understand everything, but I didn't understand a word. So I'll check my dictionary. So I checked the dictionary, and I found that blind means cannot see. So this means dogs help the people who cannot see. So I understand that now. Next, it's time for me to mark up my essay. Well, once again, I have a title. And then one more time, I can see that I have an opening sentence. And this time, the closing sentence for this paragraph is different. In the last writing, it was dogs are good pets, so dogs are good pets. But now I found that's all the way at the bottom, down here. So that's different. Next, I see that there's a first here, and this is also here. So first, they are friendly. Dogs are friendly. Okay, now I'm finished marking up the sample essay, and I think that I have done a good job of finding all of the important parts and studying it carefully. So I've found that there's a title, I found that there's an opening and a closing paragraph, and the opening paragraph and closing paragraph tell me the main points and the main idea. So the main idea here is dogs are good pets. And there are 3 points that support that. They're friendly, they help people, and there are many kinds of dogs. So they're good pets. And there are 3 supporting paragraphs. So I guess I'll number them. And each supporting paragraph shows me more details about those items. Now that I've finished analyzing the sample, I'm going to give a short lecture or speech about writing essays. Remember, in the last video, we talked about sharing ideas and communicating, and how good communication requires that our ideas be transferred or given to the other person. When we want that to happen, we wrote a paragraph. In a paragraph, we had a title, a topic sentence that had the main idea, or an opening sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and a closing sentence that repeats the main idea. In that situation, our idea can effectively go to the reader. Now let's think about how we can use the structure of a paragraph to write an essay. Here is our sample essay. And in the sample essay, the first paragraph is the same as our sample paragraph. There is an opening sentence. The opening sentence tells the main idea of the essay. Then there's a supporting idea. The supporting idea is written in detail in the first supporting paragraph, which is blue. Then the second and third paragraph are also supporting ideas. This is how we can write an essay. Now that I've finished analyzing the sample essay, it's time for me to write my essay. But first, I have to organize my essay. Let's look at the rubric. There are 3 points. The first point, you wrote notes to organize your writing. So this is very, very important. I can't just write. In this course, our notes are in the form of a list. So I have to write a list to organize my writing. Here's the second point. The second point is that I write paragraphs with opening, supporting, and closing sentences. So that means I have to follow the bridge structure that we learned about in the last lesson. Just like this. That's my bridge. And last, you wrote 5 paragraphs. So just like the sample essay, I have to be sure to write 5 paragraphs. Now that I checked my rubric, I'm ready to start organizing my writing. So I need to start with some lists so I can decide what I'll write about. Before, I made a list about noise, so I think I'll stick with that. And on my list, I had teachers being interesting, and I had students that had good ideas, and I talked about the school building and how it was new. No, I had workspaces. So I have 3 things to write about. And next, I'm going to make 3 more lists. So first, about teachers and why are they interesting. So let's see. I think Mr. Kato has very, very fun activities. For example, we played some games in the gymnasium, and he likes to say red light and green light. And Mr. Namba. Mr. Namba is very good at using computers, and he teaches me and Mr. Langer a lot about how to use the computers. That's very interesting. And Miss Muto. Miss Muto taught me how to play music and also taught me how to sing the school song. So I think that's very interesting. And who else is interesting? Mr. Sekita. Mr. Sekita is very interesting because he has many friends in the Omiya area and also all over Japan. Okay, now I've finished my first list. I'm going to go ahead and make my other lists for the other two topics. Now I've got all of the lists I need to start my writing, and I just want to go through and check what I'm going to actually write about. So here I have teachers, students, and the workspace, and I decided out of these 4 teachers, I'm going to write about Mr. Kato's red light, Mr. Sekita's many friends, and Miss Muto's teaching of the school song. And next, I decided for the students' good ideas to write about the club activities. So there are 3 club activity ideas that I think are very interesting. And with regards to the workspace, you can have meetings or read or study or relax there. I think that I'll write about these 3 things. And all of these points will go to my main idea, which is that Moise is a great school. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start my writing. Okay, so I've checked my rubric and I'm ready to start writing, and I think that I have logical ideas and I'm ready to write the 5 paragraphs. So I'll start. Moise. Okay, so now I'm finished writing my essay, and as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, and each paragraph uses the ideas from my lists, and so I think I've done a good job. Next, it's time for me to check my rubric one more time.